Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of Velvet Talks. I'm your host, Mitchell.
And your guest, Josh.
So today we've checked out a little series called The Basketball in which Kuroko plays. Also known as Kuroko no Basket.
We should just, make that the title of this video.
No one's gonna click on it then. So let's start things off. What did you know about this series before you watched the first episode?
What I knew about the series before I watched the first episode. So you've watched the entire, or a lot of the series, more than me, right?
I've only watched a few episodes. I was trying to get into it, but then I just fell out of anime for a little bit, unfortunately.
Okay. I've only watched the first episode just now, and what I knew about the series before this was, it was super duper popular. Mainly, it was also really, really popular among, the yaoi fandom in Japan, among the fujoshi, because they'd make pairings with all the guys because there are two girls in the entire series, or so I've heard, and that there was a bomb threat or something at Comic-Head a couple of years ago.
Yeah, back in 2012, I think that that was a huge thing that was going on, and that's essentially the only reason I knew about this series. I don't know a lot of people who are into sports anime, so it was interesting to go into the first episode.
Well, I used to read some Yowamushi Pedal, but it's I never watched the anime for that series.
We'll have to do that another day, but the focus of today is Kuroko no Basket. So, I'm going to go over the basic premise real quick. So, in the first episode, you're introduced to the club, Seirin, which is the school in which the school in which the Kuroko's basket is played.
Oh, that's certainly a really elegant way to put it.
I really screwed that up.
Oh.
But anyway, so you have the standard high school. Everyone's trying to pick their clubs. You have the guys from iShield 21.
Well, let's go with the background first.
Okay.
There's a legend.
Okay. So there is a legend. The very first moment of the series there's the legend that there were these 5 basketball players who were so powerful that apparently they could shake the Earth's foundation from its very core should they ever play a game of basketball.
3 were given to the dwarves, 2 were given to the elves, and then the sixth one to rule them all was given to the humans in Japan.
God damn it! So this was these 5 players. Actually, in one of the silhouettes, it almost looks like one of them is a team manager. But the 5 players are called the Generation of Miracles.
Yes. The Generation of Miracles. So super duper awesome Flibitonium level, really awesome players.
But the opening is hinting, it is implying that there is a forgotten 6th member of this Generation of Miracles.
Oh man, I wonder who that could be.
Maybe it is not who we think it is. So that's when the opening happens, and you're introduced to the school. It's the first day. You have the people. You have every sports team trying to recruit people. You have iShield 21 guys. You have the Prince of Tennis, and all those guys trying to do what they're trying to do. You have the free swim club and all that junk. And then you have the basketball team, which not a lot of people are signing up for. You're then introduced to a character named, I forgot his first name, but I know his last name is Taiga, because how could I forget? He's this large, tall, dark, and handsome character with
He's from America.
Yeah, from America. He spent a couple years away in America, so he doesn't know about the Generation of Miracles, which shook the world of basketball to its knees
in Japan.
So, and so it's interesting because you're also kind of there are obviously anyone who sees the posters for this anime knows that there's a white-haired character. Or light blue.
I always assumed that the red-haired, tall guy was the main character, actually.
Seriously?
Yeah. I didn't see very much promotional art for this stuff.
I I could totally see that, though. So what happens is you have all the first years, they're being... Okay. The team manager is this high school girl, and the first thing she says is, take off your shirts. And so everyone takes off their shirts. And the joke became is that she okay, the actual reason is she can see the potential of the body because her dad was a sports trainer and she would go with him and stare at these athletes' bodies to see their true
Everybody
potential.
knows that this is just an excuse. For male fan service, right?
No. So the joke eventually became is like she can see a person's true dick potential, like an aura or a power level, but in sports anime it's just dick potential.
She doesn't even have like one of those like scanners, so
oh my god,
if it goes over 9,000 and her eyes are just going to explode in her like skull. It's like
well they almost did when she got to Taiga. Like, and it's actually kind of a cool sequence because like it's an interesting way to look at it where it's like, she can, see the full potential of the human body.
It's Terminator vision, except with like cupcakes and like little hearts.
Oh, that was the best. She goes over to Taiga, who's the tall, dark, and handsome man, and he is just beyond ripped. He's a JoJo's character, just abs just ready to ripple out.
Abs that grow other abs.
He flexes a muscle, and from that muscle, another muscle flexes.
This is exaggerated.
Obviously. So
he is a specimen.
Yeah, he's an Adonis, and then obviously that plays into the joke that for some reason they just didn't see Kuroko, who is the light-haired boy who happens to also be part of this team. Now, it is on his paper that was given to as his way of being like, oh, why do you think you should be on this team? He wrote down, I was part of the Teco team. Teco. And that team is the Generation of Miracles. And so throughout the episode, there's this like, wow, he's weak. He looks pale. He
has almost no presence. Oh my god.
Almost no presence.
It's how could he possibly free from Teiko? Oh wait, there's like a guy from that
Wasn't
team.
there a rumor?
Wasn't there a sixth guy, like a phantom member or something?
No. But the point is, so then eventually you have a couple moments where it's like Taiga and Kuroko are by themselves, like later in the day, playing against each other, and Taiga is just slamming the ball down as hard as he can because they're like, oh yeah, I want to test your abilities, I'm gonna test yours too, and so they go off and they try and like how Taiga just slams the ball down, like just the biggest no, you're not getting past me, and to the point where he's like, you suck Kuroko.
I'm not playing against you anymore.
Why is the series named after you? And then Kuroko's like, okay, look, I know I suck, but I was still part of the Generation of Miracles and all that junk. Well, he doesn't say it, but he's just kind of like, look, I know that I'm not that great, but I am one thing, and he's like, I am a shadow. And so the episode continues, and they have the first years versus the second years just to see what would happen. And Taiga is doing what you'd think he would do. He's slamming the balls out of people's hands.
He's owning the game.
He's lifting people with both of his arms, like emerging from crowds, like
and breaking their backs over his knees.
Like he's Bane, just like laying the smack down. And of course, eventually the other team gets really smart about it, and so they have two people blocking Taiga, and the rest of the players can't do much. And eventually, halfway through that match, Kuroko finally is like, oh, by the way, I'm here. And in a weird twist that is kind of a really brilliant idea, it turns out Kuroko's lack of presence is his ability. It's how he does basketball. And so,
he's a passer.
Yeah, he literally, someone will pass him the ball, he'll do a hand motion, and it'll go into like one of his other teammates. Like, that's his whole deal.
Kuroko is like a magician. he uses sleight of hand to do magical bullshit with the basketball. And make sure no one notices.
And literally
where it's coming from.
This prompts the statement that is Kuroko, like, it went from everyone doubting Kuroko to it's like, oh shit, this guy was actually part of the team. Like everyone gets really weak in the knees. And so eventually they win the fight because Kuroko gets the ball and he goes to try to shoot it, and then Taiga slams the ball down. into the hoop. I probably should have said that. Into the hoop. They win the match. And so eventually you have the last scene in the episode where Taiga and him are Taiga goes and orders like 37 cheeseburgers. I'm not exaggerating. That part was not an exaggeration.
Well, it's a bit of an exaggeration. It's more like, probably like 12.
12? Okay. And then eventually...
he hands, Kuroko a cheeseburger and says, how do you like them buns?
Yeah. So Kuroko shows up magically because that's his whole ability. And they make a statement that says that Kuroko looks at him and says, no, you can't be the best in Japan, but I will make you the best in Japan. And there's this moment where Taiga's like taken back, and I'm just expecting the blushing marks to show up. It's like, no, you won't. No, you won't. I'm the best. And just like I wanted Chicken Tsundere. Or I want him to be like, no, shut up, and then he goes around a corner and like clenches his chest and is like, how dare you? How dare you make me feel this way? Or so that's kind of that might have been the longest like episode synopsis we've done for Velvet Talks.
Well, we need to get across just how great this,
This was a ride. I really enjoyed it.
It's like a great pair to ship, yeah.
It's a really good idea. So let's just talk real quick about the overall atmosphere of this, like animation wise. Like obviously it does have that more modern anime look to it, and
I would say it's very competently animated. It falls somewhere between like the more modern style and like the realist style that like Studio IG is known for with like some of its older work. It's not going to look like those frames from, like, the Cowboy Bebop movie. But at the same time, no one's in danger of, like, disintegrating into a moe blob.
Oh, yeah. I feel like that's I mean, in terms of just, like, the overall, the way that, like, all the, like, the atmosphere and stuff of the show, I feel that it's fair. It is modern anime. Like, it can't really go much more than that to be like, this is kind of... I mean, the color choices are really nice. I do like the overall art. It looks good for what it is.
I guess, if anything, it's like the proportions are more shoujo than shonen in a lot of respects.
Yeah, actually. To be honest with you, I was actually really scared because I wasn't sure how... Oh my god, there's 75 episodes.
No, there are probably going to be more. This is like a serialized, like,
it's
ongoing manga series,
no,
right?
it's done.
Oh,
I think
finished?
I'm pretty sure that the manga finished up. But just to once again, was not that big into sports anime, but I really like the idea of this one where it's like, you kind of have this main character who isn't really good at the game, and there's probably not going to be a moment where he gets like super good at the game, but he is good at what he does. So that's kind of where I'm sitting with Kuroko, with the basketball in which Kuroko plays. That's kind of where I'm sitting with it.
For me, it's something where it's interesting. It's certainly nice to see a character that's not going to be like, oh yeah, he's like just got super huge amounts of potential. And like, potential. Wow. He's going to like just he just needs to like accrue the skills to get better. It's nice to see something that doesn't do that. At the same time, it felt a little bit gimmicky to me at first. Just getting introduced to it is like the first thing I said when like we first heard about like Kuroko's skill is like, oh, well, nobody notices him for some reason, and he's like super good at passing. Is like, okay, that's like totally bullshit.
well, I mean, a lot of the times, like, you can't, like, in a lot of the sports anime kind of stuff, like, you will notice that, like, they will have some sort of either a bullshit ability or, they'll have something to them.
I've got so much, like, stamina that, like, I can just do everything. It just takes me longer.
Like, she looks like the coach looks at him again, and she's just like, his dick potential may not be as strong as I thought, but his uke potential is just as strong, if not stronger. Like, just goes overboard. So I mean, I feel like there's not much we can really say about this.
I'm pretty sure he's like a surprise semi. He's a surprise attack type.
That'd be the best. So let's kind of give the summary here. I think we're pretty much done with this first episode. We said I think pretty much all the jokes and everything. So where do you stand with this first episode? Would you recommend this to someone?
I would say, if you're in the mood for like a sports anime, and you want something that isn't like doesn't go the typical rah Yowamushi pedal, or like, oh, I'm just like you got the starting main character who's just like, he's going to eventually surpass everybody. It's going to happen eventually, type of deal. Kuroko might be good. It's also good in a lot of conventional respects also. I don't think I'm deep enough into the series to have a good characterization of how the flow for the rest of the thing would be, but it seems really promising.
As someone who's watched at least the first couple episodes, I can say that like I really enjoyed it. I thought that it's definitely something different. And it's one of those series where it's like I mean it's just fun. I think it's just a fun series. It's a total recommendation if you're into not even if you're into sports anime. If you're just into like a fun kind of anime, like not like, slice of life, but just kind of that like whole, I don't know how, like it's just friendly competition kind of stuff. So I really enjoy that.
I'm sure it'll get into like the hot-blooded competition pretty soon.
Oh yeah, the Generation of Miracles is coming.
Oh boy.
So
they foreshadowed that the Generation of Miracles split up amongst 5 different schools.
Oh well, you couldn't carry the Generation of Miracles
in one place. It's just not...
Japan was already teetering on its existence when all of the members of the Generation
teetering
of Miracles
on the brink, just ready to implode.
I want in the anime, like in later episodes, like if all of the members of the Generation of Miracles like meets up and
black hole just suddenly forms.
Like the basketball field like contorts, or the basketball court contorts.
Oh no, we have a sudden blue shift. It means that time is slowing down. No, it's a red shift. It means that time is slowing down. We're close to creating a singularity. No, get them away from each other.
Like they all the minute one of them acknowledges another one, there's a shift in the time paradox. Anyways, sorry guys, that kind of went a little weird. Yeah, like I said, total recommendation for anyone who's just looking for something a little fun. It's definitely enjoyable. So
as a warning though, the series does seem to go fairly long.
Yeah, it is 75 episodes, so prepare for that. We will catch you guys next time on the Velvet Room. So, see you guys!